It is early autumn. The weather is still warm. There is still plenty of green leaves for animals to eat. For the weather will get colder soon. Many plants will lose their leaves. Soon it will be harder for animals to find the food they need to keep warm and be active. In the autumn, animals are busier than ever finding food. This bear is hunting for fish, as it did in the spring and summer. There are less fish in the river now. But autumn brings new things for bears and other animals to eat, like berries, seeds, and nuts. These berries contain lots of sugar. With their help, the bear is getting fat. The squirrel is getting fat too. It is stuffing itself, eating a mushroom that has appeared in the fall when days are warm, but nights are cool. This crossbill's beak lets it eat seeds that have ripened inside pine cones. Getting fat will help many animals when winter comes. Fat will help to keep them warm and keep them alive when food is hard to find. In the fall, some animals gather extra food and store it to eat later. This squirrel is carrying a mushroom up a tree. Up here, it will let the mushroom dry. Then it will bury it in the ground and dig it up for a winter meal. Beavers also store food for the winter. They gather tasty leaves and twigs into piles outside their home. In the winter, when food is hard to find, the twigs will be waiting for them, ready to eat. A pika is also gathering food. It picks up bits of grass and leaves and stores them near its burrow. Soon the leaves on trees turn brown and start to fall. Now the weather turns colder and food gets harder to find. In the autumn, many animals prepare to migrate, to travel to warmer places where they can find more food. Geese are gathering into flocks. They too have put on fat during the summer and fall. Now they will depend on that fat for energy as their flocks rise into the sky and begin to travel. Geese fly for thousands of miles when they migrate, usually to the same place every year. They will spend the winter where it is warmer and they can find more food. Whales also migrate in the fall. They're swimming to places where the water is warm enough for their young. Now the caribou have begun to migrate. They don't travel as far as the whales or geese do, only a few hundred miles or so, to forests that will give them shelter from the winter winds. Other animals travel even shorter distances to places where they can sleep through much of the winter. Thousands of bats are gathering in this winter cave. They will sleep inside for months, protected from the winter cold. They will not need food to eat until the coming spring. This salamander will also sleep through the winter. It digs into the mud under a pile of fallen leaves, which will keep it safe and warm enough until spring. These snakes will keep warm by huddling together. This frog will squeeze under a log and sleep here through the cold of winter. Some insects also find safe places to sleep through the winter. This bumblebee will sleep in a tiny hole in a log. Now the winter has arrived. The days are short and the weather is very cold. Some bears dig holes in the side of a hill. This bear will sleep inside its hole for weeks at a time and come outside only on the warmest winter days. In winter, the land is very quiet, and animals have gotten ready for it in many ways. Some animals have migrated to warmer places. Many others are sleeping until the spring. Only a few animals still move about the landscape. This muskox has grown a heavy coat, which will keep it warm throughout the winter. Instead of heavy fur, this ptarmigan has grown extra feathers for the winter, right down to its feet. With extra feathers or extra fur, only a few animals will stay active in the coldest weather. Animals get ready for winter in many ways.